Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll and we're joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Let's start with Volvo Cars then. Pretty impressive jump in their shares, currently up 35%. What's going on?
Indeed, yeah, absolutely soaring this morning in Stockholm where they're listed. So they had their third quarter earnings and essentially better than expected profit. But what it really indicates is that they're benefiting from faster than expected cost savings. The CEO has been undergoing a wide restructuring and this is really starting to make an impact. So he's pushing to rebuild profits, cutting thousands of jobs as a result of that. And analysts are saying it's a clear inflection point, and it singles out Volvo Cars from its competitors. So good news, a move forward, and analysts are noting, now that there seems to be an inflection point, the focus now will be on momentum, pricing pressures, supply chain development, so continuing that push forward. As you say, shares really soaring this morning.
And shares moving in a dramatic way in the other direction. Dassault Systemes in France dropping by the most since 2002, now down almost 17% in Paris.
Indeed, trading at their lowest since April 2020. They lowered their full-year revenue forecast. This is on the back of analysts are noting third quarter growth trends are weakening. One of the key problems here is that they're struggling really with the migration to subscriptions. This is obviously their software firm. There was a bigger guidance cut than was expected. So it's essentially kind of raising concerns about growth. Analysts are also noting that, the stock is at a valuation discount to peers, and they're also on top of that kind of delivering below average growth. So they're saying that they need better financial messaging and improvements in their execution to close that gap with peers. So disappointing guidance cut there.
Okay, and we're coming back to the UK for our last share that you've been watching, Louise, and this is another big gainer, up 11%. Rentokil.
Yes, the pest control firm, which
Cheery.
I always like to talk about cheery, exactly, slightly different. But it's actually, it's a blue chip in London and it's leading the FTSE 100 this morning. So huge gains, as you say. This is on the back of their third quarter results. They had better than expected revenue driven by their US business, and the rest of their business globally also came in quite well. It was quite solid earnings from them. Quite a shot in the arm, really, that their stock hasn't really gained much at all this year, and that follows on from 3 straight years of declines in their stock. So a shot in the arm this morning with those gains, signalling, they're getting back on track. They're in the right direction. They maintain their full year outlook. So a glimmer of light for the pest control firm Rentokil.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.